Welcome back to another episode of Hot and Hustle. This one is a solo segment where we allow people who's making a difference, people who's making an impact in the community on their own way, where we bring them to the platform, where we have a conversation with them, where we can share the story and also make people aware what's in your circle. Right now we have a special guest in the building. Miss Tibbs is somebody that's doing a lot in the community, not just in the community, national, everywhere. So today, this episode is going to be super special to you because you're about to learn a lot. Welcome to the platform. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
That's great. And I scheduled you to come last time, and the whole schedule got mixed up. Now we're here today.
Absolutely.
Okay. How do you feel? You feel good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm excited. I enjoy doing these, just making the community and people aware of what's out there.
Got you. So before we dive into everything, right? So I know you more like a financial advisor who do a lot when it comes to handle money and all those things, right? Mm-hmm. So now, before we dip to where I want to get to the conversation that I brought you for, so can you tell me what had made you start on the financial, doing a whole financial advisor thing and also helping people with money and all that stuff?
Mm-hmm. Well, as a kid, I'd always been fixated or amused with money. Mm-hmm. I can recall maybe at 12, 13 years old, reading Entrepreneur magazine and just being really, really intrigued with the money broker kit that you could purchase from Entrepreneur. And I had my mother purchase it for me. And so you can say that I taught myself the money broker in business from the age of 12, 13. And I've just been there ever since. So I enjoy connecting people with the money.
Yeah. I mean, you connect me one time, so I need help one time. Yeah. You definitely hook me up. You come through that door at that time. So now, from that time that you start doing that, what make you switch to this whole thing that's going on nowadays in this whole world? Like, and there's a train that's moving so fast. And what make you jump to that train?
Well, also as a kid, I was also intrigued with building computers. And so I built computers, I wrote code. I enjoyed that type of thing as well. So naturally, when the big AI thing hit a couple years ago, it piqued my interest. So yes, I'm doing funding. I'm still doing funding. Funding solves today's problems, but AI sets you up for the future.
Gotcha.
So I really just enjoyed marrying the two, funding with AI and getting into this whole fintech space.
Gotcha. Okay. So now, before we go a little bit deeper, when we was talking and, before we even got here, you say something about that, all that things you've been doing, and I didn't even know about them. Like you teaching people, you have class and all that stuff. I'm like, damn, why don't you show those things online? Like, yo, people need to know that those things. And the beautiful thing about it is because AI is moving so fast, and a lot of people is gonna left behind. And you out there, you already making a difference. Now, how would I say that? Do you feel like AI is a good tools for a business owner nowadays?
Oh, absolutely. If a business owner is not using AI in some capacity, he or she is going to be left behind.
Got it.
I looked at some studies, and the studies say that by 2030, which is 5 years from now, AI will have a $13 trillion to $15 trillion impact on the global economy.
Wow.
So if you are a business owner and you're not tapped in to AI in some capacity, brother, you're going to be left behind.
Wow. That's powerful. Damn. So now a lot of people think ChatGPT and it's everything for them. Now, in your opinion, can you give me a little bit informations, because you're a coach. You're coaching a lot of people. You're helping a lot of people with that. So is ChatGPT is the only one that people can tap into, or they have a lot of different ones they can tap into?
Oh, there's several different tools that you can use. ChatGPT is a chatbot, but AI is so much bigger than a chatbot. There are things that will allow you to connect one thing to another thing, and everything is just automatically saves business owners 10, 20, 30 hours, sometimes 40 hours. We even have systems now called AI employees that actually just can replace an entire sales team.
Wow.
AI can replace receptionists. We have calling AI now.
Wow.
So there's so many more tools that are available besides ChatGPT. ChatGPT has been around a number of years, but it just really came to the forefront where we know about it back in 2023, into 2022, the beginning of 2023. It was one of the first. It was the first that was on the scene. So that's why it's so popular.
Okay.
And a lot of people use it. You can do a lot of different things, but there's so many more tools, so much more that you can do.
Okay. So now let me ask you a question. If I was someone right now that never used AI, and I come to you, I say, Coach, I need to learn about AI. What would be the first one you would tell me to tap into?
Well, what I would do as a coach is I would ask you as a business owner, what are some tasks that you absolutely just hate doing? What are some repetitive things that you absolutely just hate doing? Because you can plug in systems that will allow you to automate those particular tasks and save time so that you don't hate doing them anymore because you don't have to do them.
Got you. Now, I'm gonna ask this question too because I see it happen online a lot. People feel like AI about to kind of knock a lot of people out. Now, do you feel like AI gonna take a lot of people jobs, or it's gonna hurt the community? How you look at it?
No, I don't think it's gonna take a lot of people's jobs. I think that's a misconception. AI is gonna enable those people who upskill and learn how to use AI to do those jobs. So I'm saying this to say that while AI may, quote unquote, replace a traditional job, the person who takes the time to learn how to use AI tools, upskill with AI, that person will be able to then do that job better.
Got it. It's kind of like simplify and make it a little bit easier. People just got to tap into it because a lot of people are scared to it. Did you see I know that's outside of what we talk. It is the same topic, but a little bit outside. But give me your take on this. I don't know if you see this news of it was an AI. Somebody used AI to make a song, and the person just signed a record deal for a bunch of $1 million. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I don't feel any kind of way. I mean, that's the move. You know, people say AI is coming, but every class I teach, every stage I'm on, I let people know quickly, AI isn't coming, AI is here.
There you go. It's already here.
And there are so many tools out there that will allow you to create a song. I created some, and it gives it a beat. You just go in and put in a prompt, give it a command, and tell it what you want it to sing about. It will give you lyrics. I want this to be country gospel. I want this to be R&B. I want this to be rock and roll. And it will turn those lyrics into whatever format it is that you want. And yes, there are people out there who are on that $13 trillion to $15 trillion train that we talked about, who are taking these tools and they're creating avatars. They're going on some of these tools and they're creating a face. They're creating a person. Wow. And they're putting that person with the music because you can make them lip sync. And they're putting those people with the music and they're making songs. So yes, there are AI singers that are out there that are signing $1 million contracts. The same with AI influencers. On Instagram, there are people out there who are building AI models and AI influencers, and they're putting them on Instagram, and you have businesses that are using these avatars to market their services, market their products, because the following is so big.
It's unbelievable. That's crazy. When I first heard about it, I'm gonna be honest with you. I say it off the camera. I'm gonna tell you, I never heard of it. you're the first person who says something about if people don't get jumped in this whole train, they're gonna left behind. And when you post that, that's when I go it online. I start looking, what is AI? And I start playing with ChatGPT and stuff like. Now, I know you travel. You go to a lot of places. What in the story you can tell me that you can feel like AI, it's actually the move that's making a big impact for anybody that's an entrepreneur?
What country? Or
anywhere?
Anywhere? Well, yeah, we do travel frequently. I travel on national and I'm on national and international stages. I have a platform coming up the end of October where I'll be speaking at a women's conference in Cape Town, South Africa.
Congrats, that's dope.
Yeah, the end of October, and I'll be talking about AI. And I've done some research, and AI is huge in South Africa. They're making strides, leaps and bounds with different AI tools.
Wow.
India, those guys are killing it with AI. If you look at some of the tools and look on Twitter and that type of thing, you see a lot of the Indians are promoting their tools and their services. Nigeria, you have a lot of Nigerians that are using AI, and you have to think some of those countries like India, Nigeria, they're not as economically advanced as America with some of the opportunities that we have. So AI is allowing them to create their own lane, create opportunities that they wouldn't otherwise have. You go to sites like Fiverr and Upwork, you have the Nigerians, you have the Indians, they're killing it by offering AI services so that, they're able to make a living.
That's good. That's really good. Now, for a small business, can you, that's kind of tired of with doing anything in the business that's kind of killing them. Now, which way you think they can use AI in your opinion? And even if you were to meet with a business owner to make AI be powerful for them?
Well, typically, Solo, my process is we have an online audit system that we have a business complete. It's not as in the cut and dry or in the box to say, well, this is what we can do for your business without really knowing where the bottlenecks are in your business.
Got it.
So this audit allows us to ask certain questions and the answers come back and it tells us where the bottlenecks are in your business, because there's tools for everything. If you can think it, AI can help you create it or achieve it.
Wow.
There are AI employees. So I have a chiropractor friend. He reached out to me. He said, you know what, with cuts to Medicare and Medicaid and that type of thing, I had to let my receptionist staff go. He said, and I know that there are systems out there that will answer your phone. I just need something to answer my phone. So we created an AI receptionist for this brother for his chiropractor shop that answers his phone, it books his appointment. You can train it to do these types of things. So he's gone from paying $45,000, $50,000 a year to someone he could no longer afford because of government cuts, to having a system he paid one time for.
Wow.
So that's one example. Another example, I have another client that receives invoices and that type of thing in her email. And one of the things that she wanted to do is she said, it's just gets so tedious going through all these emails trying to pick out my invoices and whatnot. I want a system to where that's just automatically put in a folder. So we were able to create an automation, which will, when her emails come in, and if the system recognizes that it's an invoice, it will take that invoice and it drops it in a folder for her. Then it will send her an email to let her know, hey, you got a new invoice. Or it will send her a text, you've got an invoice from blase, blase. We could have the system summarize the invoices. So it's just a multitude of things. It just depends where the bottleneck is in your business.
Got it. Okay. That sounds good. Now, for anybody who's out there, that's, if you had advice to give them, I know that's kind of like me asking you this question from my head. That's kind of feel like AI is wrong for the world, what would it be? What would you say of that?
Well, I would say why? I just think that's a narrow view. Because if I can take a system that saves me 20 to 30 hours a week in my business, and I can employ that system and I can still generate revenue, I don't see where that's wrong.
People just got to know how to adapt to it.
People just have to know how to adapt to it, and you have to know how to use it. Now, one of the things that I've come across, and I'm going to say this here, Black and brown people, 14% of the Black and brown people in America, and this is a statistic that I sat in on a class the lady gave out. She said that there's 14% of the Black and brown people in America are grasping AI. 14. That's crazy to me. And I'm going to say it, and I say it all the time. If we don't open up our minds, we are going to be left behind talking about it's of the devil. I'm scared. What are you afraid of? I had a lady in one of my classes. She said, I took your class so I could open up my mind about AI. She said, but I have to tell you, I'm afraid. I said, well, what are you afraid of? She said, I don't want it to get my information. I said, okay. I said, let me ask you this. Are you on Facebook? She said, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I know about you.
Yeah.
I said, okay. I said, are you on Instagram? Yeah. I said, they have your information.
Yep.
I said, did you read the terms of service when you signed up for Meta? Did you read Meta's terms of service when you signed up with Facebook and Instagram? Because, baby, they've got your information.
100%.
And whatever you put on their platforms, it belongs to them. It does not belong to you.
Facts.
So we have got to open up our mind, this thing about being scared. We were wonderfully and fearfully made. And knowing that we were wonderfully and fearfully made, we don't have anything to fear with this.
Yeah, no, you make not even sense. Like what you say is so facts. Like people will sign up with this platform, they don't understand that you give your rights.
Absolutely.
That you do that.
Absolutely.
And like using the, not even there's like what you gonna be doing with AI that you're scared of. If you use it for the right reason.
For the right reason, and with anything, there's always those who are using it for the wrong reason.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
And that's with anything.
Yeah.
My mother, and one of her sisters, they attend a senior center down in Jones County. And I go down there from time to time and give talks about different things. And one of the talks that I gave was I talked to them about AI and the AI scams, how they may get those, the senior scams that are going on where they may get phone calls saying, hey, mama, this is Cheryl. And it's not me, but they've used AI to clone my voice. They do that kind of stuff. It's called the grandparent scam or the parent scam. And can you send money? They've got me hostage. And, my mama not knowing any better, it sounds like my voice. And they have these voice cloner services that are out there that do this kind of stuff. So I went down there to educate them on being aware of this kind of stuff.
Correct.
If you're not using AI, if you don't have a business, if you got a business, if you're not using AI, be aware of what's available and what's out there. So that if scams come across or if something comes across that just does not sound right to you, you are aware that just might be an AI scam. So educating those seniors about the grandparent scams and the different things out there, they loved it. My mom told me last week, she says, the people want you to come back to the center to talk about AI. I was so tickled. I said, okay.
That's beautiful.
I'm with it.
That's really good. That's really good. So now, from this whole time that you've been coaching, helping a lot of people, and you have a lot of business, you have a lot of people, start adapt to AI. How do you see the youth get to AI? How do you see it?
I was invited a couple of months ago by a couple of teachers down in Clayton County, a couple of months ago to come in and talk to their 8th grade STEM classes about using AI beyond what they were able to teach. And so the two teachers selected 30 of their top STEM students for me to come in and present to. Mm-hmm. And I went in that morning and I talked to them about using AI tools to create and build things. Mm. The teachers had already sent me the curriculum that they had already taught the students so that I wouldn't go over the same stuff. They didn't need basic. They wanted to know beyond.
So they already have an idea.
They already had an idea, and they're STEM students. Mm-hmm. So I taught those kids how to build systems, how to build things, and we gave them a challenge, sort of like Shark Tank. And the challenge was that they would divide in groups, mm-hmm. and they would come up with a project or a presentation, come up with some type of problem in the world that creating some type of AI tool could solve. Mm. And I would come back 30 days later, and myself and the other two teachers, we would sit down and we would choose the top 3, and then I would actually build those systems for them. Nice. So I went back a few weeks ago, and I was blown away.
Wow.
I was totally blown away. The kids had divided into 11 groups. Some had 2, some had 3, some had 4. There was a few that it was just them by themselves. Mm-hmm. And the stuff that those kids had come up with, one young man, the young man that actually won, that we picked as a top choice, he created something called Style Sync. And what really impressed me about him is that he used AI to create his own logo, the business name, he had his mission statement, he had a whole business plan. 8th grade. Wow. He had his steps, and what his business would do, a student could take their camera. There's an app on their phone, and they could take their phone and take a picture of the closet and figure out what to wear that day. And it's called Style Sync. I mean, it was so cool. So I'm so excited to build that app for him, and I'll actually present those apps to the students next week.
Nice.
Many of the students that did the presentation, they presented something about pollution. They were concerned about ocean pollution. They were concerned about food waste. And so some of the presentations that they gave were fixes, mm-hmm. things that they felt like AI could do to fix the pollution of the world or food waste in the world. So it was some really good ideas. And so I was just really blown away how they just grasped me being there those first 2 hours and came up with some of the stuff they came up with. So I'm excited. I've got another school has invited me to come and talk to their STEM class. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I think, our kids need to really, really know what's happening in this AI world.
They're going to grow with it, because
they're going to grow with it.
By the time you see it's like 5-10 years from now, those kids, they're going to be grown. But if they already adapt to it,
absolutely,
it's going to be really dope. Okay, so now the next question that I have for you is, did you ever think about to do a book for AI, like an ebook or something?
I've written books. Mm-hmm. I was assisted by AI for writing books that I've actually had published on Amazon. I've
really?
taught some of my students how to use AI to create books and get published on Amazon as well. I've got one student, I think she's got about 10 books published already on Amazon.
Damn.
But these were, the stuff that I created wasn't anything big. It was me trying the systems out. I haven't dropped a book that I'm excited about yet. No,
gotcha.
I have not yet.
It's more like, okay, I'm gonna try and make sure I know that tool is there for me to use.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Now I know. I think I see online you have some events coming
mm-hmm.
in.
Mm-hmm.
Can you share? Who can join those events? Do you have? I see you post online about you got a group where mm-hmm. people can be a member. Mm-hmm. Can you tell people that what is give them a reason for them to take forward to join your group?
Okay. So I don't really do one-off events. I created the school group. It's the AI Creator Circle. Mm-hmm. And within that school community, we strategize. You get tips. I've got a 10-module classroom that you can come in and you can learn different things about AI. We go live in the community.
Nice.
It's very moderately priced, so anybody who's wanting to learn anything about AI can join and get that information. I was doing for the last 2 years solo, I was doing monthly classes here in Douglasville, in-person classes, and probably 20, anywhere from 18 to 20 people at any given time in those monthly classes. And we've been doing that for the last 2 years. Well, over the course of time and with the popularity of AI, a lot of people have reached out, well, why don't you do it virtual? Or I can't make a Saturday class. So then came the idea of creating the school community. So anybody, anywhere can join the community and get some of the education and the training and the tips that I use. I'm all about empowering people. And I know you said, why would anybody join my community? Why not? If you're serious about wanting to learn anything about AI, get familiar with AI, why
Don't
not?
left behind.
Why not? I see so many Instagram AI gurus all of a sudden, and it's a money grab.
Yeah.
With me, I have a heart to empower people.
I know. I mean, I know you for years. That's and that's to show you what you say. It's so facts about it is. You've been coaching. You've been going to so many places. I didn't even know about them. You not even share those things on social media. Like people I'm over here. And you're not even doing it because the integrity of what you're doing is like you like to help the community and you want them to aware of what's going on, and that's the beautiful thing of it. Now, if you were to describe AI one words, what would it be?
Revolution.
Revolution?
Yeah. I posted something on Facebook recently where Dr. King said something about the greatest tragedy is to sleep on a revolution. Now, he wasn't talking about AI, and when I posted it, I kind of took it out of context of what he said, but it's a revolution. I thought about the last revolution we had when the internet came out, when the cell phone came out. How many of us missed that? It's of the devil. They said that about the internet back in the 90s.
Facts.
But look at it now. We basically can't live without it. So right now, we're on the cusp of another industrial revolution with AI. And so the time to get in was 2 years ago. But you still got time to get in now. And when I say get in, just upskilling. Learning about it. If you don't use it, at least you know about it, and you can use it if the time ever came that you needed to use an AI tool to do something.
Yeah. That's great. If someone, would you say AI is for a particular people, or you feel like AI is for anybody?
I think AI is for anybody. It just depends on what you want to use it for. You look at, I think it was in China maybe, where they're using AI to come up with some medical solutions that we would have never thought about if we didn't have AI. A lot of doctors now are using AI. They're able to put in information and it spits out the results or whatever. So I just think anybody from a kid all the way up to the oldest person. My very first AI class, I had an 80-year-old young lady in that class here in Douglasville. Wow. She's an author, and she wanted to brush up or learn more about how she could come out with another volume to her writing using AI. So I believe it's for anybody. You've just got to have the willingness and just get rid of that fear to want to learn.
Fact. Now, what is one AI tools that you see that surprise you?
Wow. Just being able to create some of the automations that I can create, just doing some of the things that I can use these tools to do sometimes just blows my mind. Being able to create a website on the front end, and in my business, funding, getting leads is a big thing. And so I've created several tools that will allow me to just get leads in my sleep. It'll communicate with people. It'll pre-qualify people. I don't even have to be in on that process. And it just blows my mind. Every day, something new is coming out with AI, something novel, something new that you can do. So that in and of itself, that while I'm asleep, My business is still running. That amazes me.
It's like the machine is at 24 hours. Don't get tired.
Absolutely. It doesn't call in sick, doesn't want vacation time, none of that. Doesn't need a potty break, nothing.
Stay working.
Yeah.
So for someone who have a business, right? Would you consider, say, AI can, how much money you think AI can save with a business? Just a percent? And also, how much money you think AI can bring to somebody's business?
So that's a tough question because everything is relative. So if you take, and I build a lot of fintech products because that's the lane that I'm in.
Okay.
I've been in funding for almost 30 years. So I've seen a lot of different things. I've experienced a lot of pain points. And so I've built systems. I've replaced systems that I was paying monthly for, and I just built those tools myself. So I saved money that I may have been spending $1,000 a month on CRM systems, on lead generation systems, on this system, on that system. AI has allowed me to say, I build it myself. And I can put in exactly what I want to use. So that saves me money right there. And so I got to thinking, I said, well, as long as I've been in this business, if I've had this problem, I'm sure my colleagues probably have the same problem. So what I do now is I build some of these same systems for my colleagues. And yes, it saves them money and it saves them time.
Good. I mean, if you save money, so that means if you save your time and save your money, so that means you're gonna make more money.
Absolutely.
Because the key is to have less money going out and more money stay with you. And this is where AI come to is like, okay, cool. If you can multiply boosting myself by, because I was just thinking of it the other day. I'm like, damn, for somebody who got a car wash business, for somebody who have a window tint business, a mechanic business, they don't know that they can use AI to help them
do their marketing.
And sometimes you trying to keep up, like when those marketing people go to your business, they say, hey, you got to be sending email to those people, you got to text message, but you in the biz working, you don't have time for it. And this is where you comes in. You're like, okay, cool, I'll go ahead and put a system in place for you where the system gonna be doing your job or the job that you can do, where that can bring you more sales coming in. And
absolutely.
Also, if you would pay somebody to do it, it would be a lot of money. Now you can, I can give you a system. And I'm gonna say this, when you go to the big corporation, none of those company doesn't work without a system.
You have to have systems. I mean, that's just it. And for the solo entrepreneur who just does not have time, you've got to have AI tools. I think about the HVAC guy that's out there trying to do what he does and keep up with the phone calls, keep up with the emails. Brother, if you had a system, if you had an AI system in place, an AI employee that could actually take those phone calls, that could actually give quotes, we can configure systems with your information, your pricing, all of your information. Have the AI ask particular questions of people that may call in or that may even email, because AI can answer your email and send those quotes out. And then if somebody calls back and says, I received the quote, blah, 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 the AI can answer the phone, access your calendar, book that appointment for you. So now you are a solo entrepreneur and you've got these 3 or 4 AI employees that are booking your calendar, that are giving out your quotes, that are talking to people on the phone, that are answering those repetitive questions that people might have. Yeah. Again, 24/7. So, if you've got a national service and you're here in Georgia and we're 3-4 hours ahead of the West Coast, but your services are national, you're asleep, they're still up. They call into your business, your AI receptionist can answer your phone and handle whatever it needs that needs to be handled.
Beautiful. This is mind blowing. I ain't gonna lie, and it's crazy. Like to sit down with somebody like you who's actually have all those knowledge. And what's really blowing me is just the fact I didn't know that you're doing all those things the whole time. And I'm like, yo, you gotta put those things out there, where people who have business owners, and I will encourage them to have a sit down with you, and because you can change their lives. And I'm gonna be honest, most business fail nowadays because they don't have a system in place.
Right.
And if they have a good system in place that can save them money and that can boost their sale and that can remove the stress they're dealing with, and that's where AI comes in. And I think it's definitely a beautiful thing. Now, if you were to give a message to anybody or any business owner in general, to anybody who not start AI, personally, what would it be?
It would be book a call with me. Let's talk. Let's look at the bottlenecks in your system, in your company, and see what we can put in place to save you time and to save you dollars and also increase that bottom line and give you dollars.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Hey, I think we had a great conversation, and we didn't get to go too personal. So this one was more like about AI, because things that I see you doing online with this whole AI thing, I feel like it was necessary to have you on a platform and where you can share, and especially to help the community too, because a lot of people need to aware of what's going on, and that's what you're doing, and also help them build their own future with this whole AI things. Now, if you would have sent another message out there for anybody who's running for those positions, and what would it be about AI? Like, can they use AI?
Yeah, they can use AI. You and I talked about it off camera. Absolutely. You can have the AI make those calls for you to potential constituents. AI can answer those emails. AI can send text messages. So you can absolutely use AI in your campaigns.
Wow. It's crazy you say that when the veteran was going for mayor, and they give us a big list. Everybody got to call those and reach out to those people, and that's where you comes in. Is like, okay, cool, give me the list, and we'll go from there.
And I want to say this too: it's not as expensive as people may think it is. That's another thing. Well, how much is that going to cost me? What is the return on the investment? That's what you have to look at. Yeah. We build systems for anywhere $1,500, $2,500, $5,000, $10,000. It just depends on what all you need for your business. Correct. So there's not just, what's your charge? I don't have a charge. Correct. Let's sit down and have a consultation. See what we're gonna build. And see what you need. Uh-huh. And then what we do, if we're building you an AI receptionist that's answering your phone, you're a solo plumber. Mm-hmm. You don't have anybody answering your phone, or you're paying an answering service. People don't want to talk to an answering service. If they can get somebody on the phone right now to give them a quote because the toilet is overflowing, you train the AI to tell them what they might need to do about that toilet overflowing. And if they can't fix it, the AI can put that appointment on your calendar. Mm-hmm. You're charging a fee to come out. So you can't afford not to have AI involved in your business, especially if you're that kind of situation.
No, I definitely completely agree. And add on top of you say things like, okay, so you're gonna have to pay somebody to do it that can quit on you anytime they don't like the job, and they can say, oh, I don't feel like going to work today. Oh, I'm sick. I won't be able to come to work. And all it is like, and those are people you put money in their pocket. But when you use those type of tools, it's a 24/7, 24-hour service you get, and also it's super efficient because it's actually doing the job exactly the way you tell them. You don't have to train them every day. You gotta say, man, I told you how to do the job. Once you train them the proper way, it's gonna be able to drop it, do the right thing. Now, I want you to give everybody the way they can connect with you. Your Instagram, your Facebook. If you have any program, anybody can join. And I think, hey, you have the flow. You can go ahead and let everybody know where they can join. I'm gonna join your program, and I'm gonna be in a podcast. Every time I'm here, I'm gonna talk about how we're doing great in the program that you got going on.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate the opportunity to be here. I am on LinkedIn. I'm Funding Sniper 007, Funding FUNDING Sniper SNIPER 007. On Instagram, I am the Cheryl Tibbs. I'm on Twitter X, the Cheryl Tibbs. I'm also on Facebook. You can find me at Cheryl Tibbs on Facebook as well. We do have a school community at $17 per month. It's pennies considering what you're going to learn. You'll learn all about AI, how to build systems, how to create different things that you can monetize. So you can reach out to me on any of those platforms to find out how to become a member of our school community.
That sounds great. There you go. You have it. I would say that's one of the aspects of AI. She give you some great information, and that will cost you a lot of money. So go out there and do the right thing. Jump on board because guess what? I'm telling you, you're gonna left behind. People gonna regret that 4 or 5 years from now. They're gonna say, "Damn, I wish that I start AI."
It's the same thing like I was talking about the internet from the 90s. We regret not jumping on that when that happened. We could be probably billionaires right now if we had jumped on that when it first happened. The Apple Store, the Google Play Store. We had jumped on those things back in the 90s when they first came out. There's no telling where we would be right now as far as, net worth and that type of thing. So AI is giving us the opportunity to do a lot of things. Take advantage of it. Learn what you can learn. And, hey, who knows?
All right, and there you go. You have it. So I'm gonna see you guys on the next episode.